Hey everybody, it's Joe Fancy Peep on Outdoors. I am not at my hunting property today. I am out at Jordan Lake here near my house in North Carolina. And what I'm going to do today is kind of go through my fishing kit. So in my last video you saw about my EDC that I carried in my truck. I have my hunting bag, my kind of go bag with all my necessary equipment that I have in case of an emergency. But one thing I want to specifically focus on today while I'm at the lake is my fishing kit, and kind of what's in my fishing bag, what do I take with me, and what do I have kind of survival gear for fishing, and kind of go through that. So let me go ahead. I've got on the ground here, I spread out a trash bag so I can kind of lay this stuff out here right by the water, and then once we get everything going, we're kind of going to show you what I kind of use, and one new piece of gear that I just bought at a recent show, and I want to kind of go through that as well. So stay tuned, everybody. All right, everybody, so here's my fishing bag. I've got it opened up a little bit, and I'm kind of going to go through it. So this is my fishing bag. This is for my kind of like off the shore or crappie bag. So this is like panfish. You could probably do some bass with it too, but it's mostly for my panfish, kind of crappie fishing if I was going out. This is the bag I carry. I don't typically keep it in my boat. I just have this kind of around in the garage, or it's in my truck as an EDC, so in case I want to do some fishing I can, and it's got some new kind of emergency kind of equipment I want to go through. So first of all, let's kind of go through the pack. So right here I have some yo-yo fishing reels. So you've seen this before in my EDC video. So I have two yo-yo fishing reels here so that you could, in theory, connect them, right? Tie them to one of these trees hanging over the woods, the water over here, and kind of put some wire on it, and then these fish for you, right? So they're working while you're doing something else, right? So this is a really good tool to have, especially in a survival situation. Or if you're just out camping and having some fun, or doing an overnighter and you want to like try to catch some fish, you can definitely use some yo-yo reels, hook them up, kind of cast them out there and see if you can catch any fish for dinner. So that's kind of cool, and they're good also for traps. You can use these to make kind of small traps, try to trap small animals. So I do have a couple of those, and I keep them in my EDC bag, but I wanted to bring them out here to kind of show that yes, it's kind of part of my fishing kit as well. This is the new thing that I got. I did get a Kabar Kaster. I picked this up at the show a couple weeks ago. So what I'm going to do today is kind of tie some line on it. I'm going to put some gear into the handle, kind of go through that, what I put in there, and then I'm going to try to cast out and kind of use it here and see if we can catch a fish on it. So I'm definitely going to try to use this. This is a perfect tool, again, for a survival type situation. If you're not taking a rod and reel, but you have this hand line, hobo fishing, whatever you want to call it, this is perfect because, you know, sometimes you're out there and you're in a camping out or overnighter or survival situation, right? Boredom kind of gets to you a little bit, so this actually forces you to work and keeps you going. So I can do some lures with this, or I could do a bobber and some bait, so we can see what happens. So I'm going to set this up and kind of go through that and kind of show you what's in there. In the bag itself, though, I have a bunch of tackle and gear. So I've got these gulp grubs. I've got all kinds of. I've got these little tiny grubs right here. Let me see if some grubs right here. I've got these little missile micro jigs. I've got some more type big baits. I got these little slabalicious crappie kind of lures. So like I said, this is my crappie bag, all kinds of different tails, bobbers. I got some tools to pull hooks out and stuff. And then I got some first aid equipment, so I got some band-aids and some sting swabs. Here's some more micro jigs, and I've got a bunch of different tools here as well. I've got I got a little old-fashioned scale measure device right here. I've got a pair of needle nose pliers just in case. I've got these Cabela's Bass Pro clippers right there. I've got these long, kind of get the hook out from the mouth kind of thing. Another tiny Swiss Army knife in case I need it, and I've got this kind of on your belt kind of carabiner that has like some knife and tools and stuff in it as well. And then in my big pack, I did buy this line, so I'm going to put on this Trilene 100% fluorocarbon. I'm going to put this on the Kabar Kaster, and that's what I'm going to do today. Put that on for you. And then I've got my big box and my small box here. So my big box has all like my big tackle and a whole bunch of stuff for pan fishing, all different bobbers, all different hula poppers, meps, weights, snaps, just kind of a big tackle box full of stuff, you know, that I could grab with all kind of extra stuff. And then this is kind of like my survival kit. This is the kind of kit I made that contains all the kind of stuff that I would need in an emergency. So I got a bunch of different bobbers, a bunch of different small lures. Again, we got one big worm in there. I've got some cross scent. I've got some spinners and all kinds of stuff. Some of this stuff is perfect to kind of build a kit for that Kabar Kaster. And I'm going to use some of this to put in that handle so I have some gear in there as well. But this is just a perfect little case I got from NC Wildlife. You know, perfect for a small bag or a haversack if you're going to the woods. This is a perfect case for that. And then I do have some crappie baits in here. I have some Gulp Alive, kind of whatever these are. Let's see, pinched crawlers, and I've got some crappie nibbles power bait. So we'll give maybe some of this a try if the lures don't do anything. I don't know, the water's pretty murky right now, but maybe we'll try to do just a float in the bobber and see if we can catch anything. But this is the kind of stuff that I have in the big bag. And then you know, the Kabar Kaster, you're not gonna be able to keep this kind of stuff. You'll just have lures, but I'll maybe if you could dig up some grubs or some worms, you know, that'd be good for doing that if you're in a survival situation. But since we've got the bait today, I think we're gonna go ahead and use it. All right, so next I'm going to go ahead and open up this fishing line and put that on the Kabar Kaster and then wind that up and kind of show you what that looks like. All right, everybody, so what I did was I put some 8-pound test on it, so you can see that I've wrapped it around the knob here, and then I tied just a simple swivel snap to it. This bracket here keeps the line on there and keeps it from spinning off. And then obviously that's the inside of the Kabar Kaster, so you've got a little bit of room to put some gear, so then you can close it. It's got a hole down here, so I'm going to cut some paracord, kind of put that through, so that way when you're holding it and you're using it to cast, you can put that around your wrist to make sure it doesn't go flying away from you. So that's what I'm going to do there. We're just going to cut a piece of paracord in orange, because this is black, so if you drop it's hard to see, but if I put a piece of orange paracord on it, it'd be a little bit easier to see. And then I've kind of laid out here, I think you can see just some, I'll move the camera just a touch. You can see the different kind of things that I would put in here, right? So I can put like this kind of spinner that has like a little fish on it, and it's like a yellow color. I've got a a red devil kind of thing with the the red and white, just kind of like a spoon. And I've got a couple of #1 silver meps, because it's a little bit smaller. And then I've got this grub with a spinner and an extra tail, and then a float I could put in there. So normally, like I said, if I'm going out and I know I'm going to be fishing, right, I bring this kit with me because it's got so many other different options to use with the Kabar. But if I was just going out, minimalist kind of stuff, going with the Kabar, yeah, I'm just going to kind of pick the little bit of stuff. And then in this bag, I have extra snaps, I have some worm hooks, I have some different weights, so I could use this with that bobber and just kind of go. So yeah, I only have one bobber if I take it with me, so maybe I should try to figure out how to get a second bobber in there. But for right now, I only have the one. But yeah, one is none. But yeah, I know, so I probably should have an extra bob in there. But for right now, I think that's what I'm going to try to put in here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this, I'm going to put on one of these lures, and we're going to try to cast over here and see if we can make it work. So let me add the paracord, and then we'll hook up a lure and then kind of show you what that looks like casting it out. All right, everybody, so here I've got the Kabar Kaster, got my line on it, got my orange paracord tied on my wrist so it can't drop it. The knob is tight, so I've got this kind of just this chartreuse spinner with a little fish pattern on the spinner. So all you need to do really is just kind of pull a little bit of line off. You can swing it like that, or you can just kind of do one of these and throw it out there. And there you go. And it lands it goes pretty far the harder you throw it, and then you just kind of reel it in like this. Now, it's February, it's pretty cold. I don't think I'm going to catch anything, but this is actually pretty cool. And I know you can't see the spinner spinning in the water, but it actually is. I mean, it's doing its thing, so just like it was supposed to do. And then you reel it back up like that, and then, well, obviously I'm in an area where there's a lot of kind of debris, but you've got the line, right? So then when you reel it in, then you can just kind of like and kind of throw it out like that. And it goes pretty far. I mean, it's out there pretty far, say maybe 10-15 yards, and then you just kind of reel it in. And you're just kind of paying attention to getting the line on the knob, and then that'll cause that action on the spinner to spin, and you just reel it in. I'm hitting bottom right now because it's a little bit shallow here, so. Just reel. spinner comes up. And you want to make sure you get your line on the knob itself. So you want to make sure all that line is back where it belongs on that knob right there. So yeah, so I mean, just again, let's try one more time. Just kind of simple kind of thing, and you kind of cast it out and like throw it. There you go, it lands, and you just start reeling in. It'd be cool if we caught a fish right now for you guys on camera, but I just don't think that's going to happen today. I think I got a stick. I can feel it. Yep, got a stick fish. Oh, it fell off. So. There we go. There we go. Right off right there. There you go. There we go. So there's your spinner. So it's not too bad. So again, you know, with those, if you had those yo-yo reels put out, right, so they're fishing the bottom maybe for catfish or something like that, so they're fishing for you when you don't have to work it. And then while you're sitting around camp, or you're sitting after your shelter's done, you're ready to go, you got your firewood, you got everything you need, you try a different method of trying to catch fish, which is, again, is using this Kabar Kaster with your spinner, whatever it is, and just kind of throwing it out there. And it lands pretty far, and then you just kind of reel it in and see if you can catch something. So the next thing we'll do is, well, since we're here, we'll give it a try, and we'll give it a try, and maybe we'll switch out and put on just a little bit of a float with a little bit of weight and a worm hook on it, and I'll use some of that Berkeley Alive bait. We'll see if we can catch anything. But yeah, I mean, in a survival situation, like I said, yo-yo fishing reels out, Kabar Kaster in your hand, keeping you busy trying to catch some fish. Maybe if it was the springtime or whatever, there's got to be a lot of crappie or panfish swimming around these trees like this. But February, it's a little cold yet. But yeah, it worked pretty good. So let's go ahead and switch this out, and then we're going to go put on a bobber and a little bit of a worm hook, and we'll go from there. All right, so basically what I have here is just a simple bobber with a split shot on there, and I have just a simple worm hook with just one of those Berkeley Nightcrawler clip pieces right there. So we're just going to go ahead and cast this out. And we'll just go like this and throw it. Cool. Now there's no wind today, so right now it's off to the left here. I got the bobber right there. It's right next to a brush pile. So I'll just move it and turn it just a little bit each time. See if anything will come eat it. If not, we could try up and down this bank if we had to. It's a little shallow here, but like I said, it's cold. But if a fish jumps on it, we'll get it on film. If not, then, you know, that's it.
All right, everybody, just a quick word from some of the supporters of the channel. First Slammer Series turkey calls. They're made by a hunter for hunters. If you're looking for a new turkey call, visit www.slammerseries.com. Also, Aqua Leisure Services, LLC, serving the Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, and surrounding areas, meeting all your pool and spa needs. Science Scientists, providing a broad range of services, including wall, murals, vehicle wraps, design, print, and marketing services. Regardless of your business requirements, their experts are up to the task. Visit www.sciencescientist.com or call 919-685-7641. Also, Tactical Creations. We're a small, personalized business that's here to help you personalize items to make the gift that you give that much more special. Visit www.tacticalcreation.com or call 770-548-2691. If you're interested in purchasing any NC Piedmont Outdoors apparel or Slammer Series apparel, visit our Teespring site. The link is in the description box.
Now it's just a waiting game. Well, I think I'm going to kind of sit here for a while, maybe try a few different spots and see what happens. If we catch one, great, I can show it to you on film or add a picture at the end. But, well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Looking forward to growing the channel. Appreciate all the help from the community. We're up to 308 subscribers, so thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed this about my fishing kit, and stay tuned for a new video soon. Thanks everybody for watching. Take care.
Thanks for watching NC Piedmont Outdoors, camping, fishing, and hunting adventures.